Hello everyone, how you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing okay. It's a blessed day today, and today's zone is gonna be about lost and how we're gonna get out of this, man. We are in this together, man. We are in this all together, right? I understand what we all might be facing, and I can tell you for myself, I've already gone through those things also. So I'm not gonna act like I've not been through a lot of stuff too. All these lustful, stuff. I've been through them also as a human being that I am. Okay, so there is no reason to act like I don't know what is going on. So with that being said, I'm gonna be telling you guys how to control these lustful attitudes and lustful thinkings. All right. So, loss is a loss. Let me tell you guys something. Loss is one of the powerful demonic spirits, powerful entities that you can face. If you can face loss and defeat loss in your life, man, I believe me, you are up for the grabs, man. You are up for victory. You are up for conquer. You are more than a conqueror, because you've conquered like maybe the most powerful demonic agent that the devil has placed to move us away from the will of God. All right. So yeah. So also I came out to take the sun this morning. The sun, I've missed this sun. This sun I've not been out since the past how many days now. So let's get into this video. So firstly, you have to be willing to stop. Is that attitude of yours, is it something you want to stop, or is it something that you're not ready to stop? Because the first step you need to take is that you're tired of it already, but because you are addicted to it, you cannot stop. It is hard for you to stop, but inside you really want to stop. You really want to give up that art. You really want to give up. You really want to worship God and all that. Because at the end of the day, if you really want to deliver yourself from a spirit, it's either you are from God, or you have to be somebody that has a lot of willpower. All right. So, but the best way I can assure you that you get free out of it, completely free from it, is if you give your life to Christ. But so first, I really need to emphasize on this a lot. You have to first be willing in your heart. Is it something you want to do, or is it just something you just want to let go for some time? Okay, if it's something you want to let go for some time, there is no use for that. So it has to be something that you are you are tired of it already. You are tired of it already. All right, and you are looking for ways to set yourself free from that. Okay, that's what I want to emphasize. I just want to emphasize on that a lot. It's something you have to be willing in your heart. You've already made up your mind that you just want to stop this act of yours. Okay, so number 2 is that you have to submit to God. Submit to God. Honestly, for me, I really submitted to God. Every time I fell short, I submitted to God, and I told him, I asked him for forgiveness. I asked him for forgiveness, bro. I begged him that he should not let me to go back, allow me to go back. Sometimes you have to come to God very, very humbly and ask for stuff. God is not your mate, or he's not your human friend. All right, he's a God, and he ought to be served. He ought to be worshipped. So when you're coming to him to ask him for something, despite your shortcomings and you falling short, you have to come with a humble heart. You have to come with a pleading heart. All right, ask him for stuff. Okay, you can't just be doing things like you don't mean it. You have to come to God like you really mean it, because he sees your heart anyways. So you have to come to him with a heart that is willing. So secondly, or thirdly, you have to cut off everything that is making you to fall short. Okay, you have to cut off looking at women and lusting after them. Yes, you have to cut off that completely. Even if you look at a woman, even if you feel lustful about her, you just have to cut off that thought and never look at her again. Actually, and even if it is the prom site or the site that is making you to fall short, you have to cut off that site. Actually, you have to cut it off because it's already going to lead you to hell if you don't cut it off. So it is better for you now that you have the chance to cut it off and never go back to that site, because that's also one of the ways to break yourself free, when you cut off the triggers. All right, when you cut off the triggers, you've made everything much more easier for you. Because one thing that will break you free of these addiction stuff or lustful thoughts is God and your willpower. God and your willpower. You have to believe in God for Him to deliver you completely, but you also have to put in the work. Because if I can tell you, I know how these things feels. So you really need God to deliver yourself completely from it. So with that being said, the fourth one should be after you cut off the triggers, you've asked God for forgiveness. So the next thing there is to, maybe you have to get accountability. Yeah, you have to go to a pastor and ask him to pray for you. If you can't do that, you can let that go. But the two main, if you a pastor or someone that is close to you in the belief is Christian, he can pray to you. He's a good person and he can pray. You can tell him your sins and he can pray for you, and I assure you that that's one of the most powerful ways you can break free from that act. Okay, so with that being said, if you can't do that, these are the two main ways I can recommend you to. Three main ways I can recommend you to stop that evil act. So number one is it has to come from the heart. You have to be tired of it, and it has to be something that you want to change. Okay, you can't change what you don't want to change. You only change what you want to change. Okay, so you have to be willing in your heart. You have to be tired of that art, and you really want to change. And the second way to do it is that every time you fall short, go to God and ask for forgiveness, because God is also a merciful God and is always with open arms to forgive your sins, no matter how hard you want to believe it. God is not human beings like us. So ask Him for forgiveness, submit to Him, tell Him that you really want to stop this, tell Him that you are already tired of this and you want to stop it. So even if you fall short and all that, don't be discouraged. The devil is already looking for ways. Once you've made a step to stop this, trust me, the devil is already looking for ways to make you to fall short. He's already planning on ways to get you back into your old way, because he wants to change every one of us. He wants to make every one of us to go to hell with him, because he's already in hell. He's already a loser. So he wants all of us to be a loser with him. So refrain from that art. Even when you fall short, don't allow anything to discourage you. Keep on asking for forgiveness. Keep on persisting. As long as it's what you want to stop to doing. As long as what you want to stop, keep on asking God for forgiveness. And the third thing you have to do is to break every triggers. Cut off every triggers that is making you to go that way. Cut off every triggers. Even if I know that the world is filled with a lot of lustful things, even on the internet and all those stuff. What you have to do is that even if you see them, keep it pushing. Don't ever go back to it again. Don't ever think of it. Even the thought, cut it short. Cut the short thought and never go back to the thought again. Even if you go back to the thought, have a clear mindset in your heart that you will never go back to whatever you've left. So that's the way. Before you know it, God will surely deliver you completely from that act or lustful act. That is the way I broke mine, man. That is the way I broke mine completely. Even if you are still going back to your art, you have to reduce the way you go back to it. Keep on taping the way you go back to it. Keep on taping the way you go back to it. Before you know it, it's now a thing that you can fully control. So that's just the way I taped mine, and now I'm free from all those nonsense, all those devilish arts. I'm all free from that. So I'm a free man now. So that's it. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.